What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
A breakup, a miscarriage, family problems, getting back to the old toxic habits are just some of the things that are expected to happen in the final film of the After franchise. Is there a way for Hardin and Tessa to go through all of this and end up together? Let's find out. Warning, major spoilers ahead for After Ever Happy. After Ever Happy release date. With the release date of After We Fell, which is the third film of the After franchise, fans are already wondering where the story will go with the fourth movie, After Ever Happy. After Ever Happy was filmed back-to-back with After We Fell, which means the final film is all wrapped up and Josephine, Langford, and fiennes-tiffin will certainly appear in the fourth installment of the franchise. We can expect After Ever Happy to be released in theaters on September 7th, 2022. And while that's not so distant, considering there are only 8 months till September, a lot of fans, including us, feel eager to know more about what will happen to our beloved couple. And if you're one of those fans, here's everything you need to know about the After Ever Happy book and how the story of Hardin and Tessa will conclude. But before we jump into some heartbreaking and beautiful details, we first need to talk about something very important, which is, of course, the ending of After We Fell.
Pulls me to his chest and makes promises he never seems able to keep. Does the pain disappear?
Let's be honest here, the third installment of the franchise gave us the pick of Tessa and Hardin's dramatic storylines, just like every film of the popular franchise. After We Fell is also based on Anna Todd's romance novels that were published on Wattpad. One thing is certain. The ending of After We Fell will have a major impact on the future story of the couple. After We Fell was released in fall 2021, and now that it's arrived on Netflix, it reached a bigger audience. And now fans can't stop talking about that major cliffhanger the franchise left us with. The third film continues right after the events of the second one, in which Tessa got a Vance publishing job in Seattle. After We Fell also introduces us to Tessa's father, who stays with the couple in their apartment. Hardin isn't very happy with Tessa's father staying with them because of the fact that they now pay attention to that he is an alcoholic, much like Hardin himself. This is enough for Hardin and Tessa to fight, but everything becomes worse when Hardin finds out Tessa is planning to move to Seattle just a week before she needs to move. And again, things are not so bad until Tessa meets Carter Jenkins Robert. After Hardin makes plenty of jealousy scenes, he finally understands that Robert is just a friend of Tessa and he has nothing to worry about. Then, fans find out that Hardin will move in with Tessa in Seattle, which is one of the best decisions Hardin's ever made. Then, the couple needs to go to London for Hardin's mother's wedding, and ever since this moment, fans have witnessed some major plot twists. The first one comes the night before the wedding when Hardin finds out that Tessa's boss, Christian Vance, has an affair with his mother. The very next day, Vance asked Hardin to come to a nearby bar and talk with him.
You feel is inexcusable, so I'm sorry.
I didn't mean for you to read.
The big revelation. As promised, the third film showed that Hardin and Tessa are not so different in all this, and they both struggled a lot with their families. After We Fell continues with Hardin meeting with Vance, while Tessa meets with Vance's wife, Kimberly, who is pregnant with Vance's child. She tells Tessa that she knows about the affair, but she also mentions that Hardin's mother and Vance have some history together. This is when we find out that Vance is actually the biological father of Hardin. The next scene is Hardin realizing all of this, and just as it hits him, he storms out of the bar. While Tessa and Hardin didn't struggle a lot because of their relationship issues and After We Fell, this big revelation will surely have some terrible consequences on Hardin. After all, he's been lied to for something that should have been explained to him a lot earlier. Although the film ends with Hardin and Tessa having one of the most beautiful moments hugging in the streets of London, we can't say the next film will give the couple a break when it comes to their rocky relationship. Perhaps this revelation will make Hardin go back to his old habits. A storyline that has been somehow confirmed already. And based on the trailer for After Ever Happy, Tessa will struggle the most in the final film of the franchise. And because of her struggles, we might never see a happily ever after. While After Ever Happy is based on the After novel by Anna Todd, we're not really sure how much the film will concentrate on the source material. Throughout the franchise, some important moments were left off of Todd's novels. But if the film goes completely according to the novel, well, here are all the terrible things that will happen.
Morning. Yeah. I think I just needed a good night's sleep.
After Ever Happy, the problems of Hardin and Tessa. So far, Tessa and Hardin's relationship has been recognized as one of the most complicated relationships in the history of cinema. Also, their romance has been compared to 50 Shades of Grey, 365 Days, and other films that focus on steamy moments between the leads. However, after many steamy moments and dramatic storylines, we've reached the end with After Ever Happy, the fourth book in Anna Todd's series. The question is, will the creators give Hardin and Tessa a happily ever after? Let's find out. The novel After Ever Happy continues right after We Fell's shocking cliffhanger. Christian Vance is Hardin's biological father, as we find out he and Hardin's mother have been having an affair for a long time. As previously said, Hardin discovers this shortly before his mother's wedding. The final book of this franchise sees Hardin snapping at Tessa because of this revelation and because of his behavior. Tessa returns to Washington alone with some big plans for her future. She plans to go with Landon to New York City. However, just as she goes to the apartment that she and Hardin shared, she discovers her father's lifeless body. As previously mentioned, Tessa's father had been struggling with addiction and he met his demise because of it. In the meantime, Hardin goes back to his old life. More precisely, he goes back to alcohol, drugs, and people that were toxic to him. But when he hears about Tessa's father, he comes back in order to offer support to his loved one. This is when Tessa tells him she doesn't want to be with him. After all, no one could blame her. She's been left alone during the most difficult days of her life. This is when fans of the book felt like there was no hope for our beloved couple. Constantly trying to move on with their life, Tessa is feeling fine, and she's now trying to build a better relationship with her mother. She and Hardin meet again and they go through one of the worst breakups in the After history. Knowing Hardin, he snaps at her while showing zero growth in his personality. But these are not all the awful things that happen in After We Fell. While Tessa and Hardin reunite, they can't have a child. Tessa is unable to get pregnant, and her mental health is getting worse and worse. After a lot of struggles, Tessa graduates from NYU with a degree in wedding planning. She gets engaged to Hardin. They constantly are trying to get pregnant, and after a year, Tessa is pregnant with a baby girl, and then 6 years later with a baby boy. So yes, guys, After Ever Happy gives us a happily ever after to our beloved couple.
Touch me in the way that you do, no matter who's in the room. I see you sweating when you feel it going full of, baby. Touch me in the way that you do, no matter.
More movies are coming. In April 2021, Teen Vogue confirmed that 2 more After movies are under development. A prequel following Hardin's life prior to the first film, along with another sequel following the lives of Hardin and Tessa's children, will be released. What are your hopes for After Ever Happy? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.